Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is that weird week between Christmas and New Year. Today is Thursday. No, I'm sorry. It's Wednesday. See, I can't even
It
keep
is a
track.
weird week.
December the 28th is what it is. Holy Innocents Day, National Card Playing Day, National Chocolate Candy Day, National Short Film Day, and Pledge of Allegiance Day.
All right.
All of those things happening. And I get to welcome back to the program Mr. Joe Kenda. He is with a TV program called Homicide Hunter. And this guy is an awesome dude. I've had a chance to talk to him in the past. He is a police officer who solved a ton of cases, like way higher percentage than a lot of people that do what he does. He was a detective.
Cool.
And then they do this program now talking about the cases that he solved. And also, I think maybe even some additional cases too. But we'll get all the details from him coming up. Joe Kenda, Homicide Hunter, our special guest on this Wednesday, not Thursday, Wednesday, December the 28th. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you're going to go to a New Year's Eve party this year, be sure to head for home by 1 a.m. A new survey looked at 2,000 adults, talked to them about their plans for the special night, found out 52% of respondents agree that the appropriate time to leave is within an hour of the ball hitting the ground, or whatever the ball does. Those who usually host typically invite about 19 guests, although this year 71% of regular hosts said they plan to invite more people than usual. The survey by one poll also found that when it comes to being a good guest at a New Year's Eve bash, you should bring a bottle of wine or alcohol, 58%, or dessert, 48%, for the host to put out. So there you go. Now you know. I've got a link to that if you want to read the survey, get all the details. I don't know if we even we don't have plans yet, do we? We had plans, but they changed.
Yeah,
so,
well, they changed.
I think we'll have plans.
We'll figure something
out. We got time.
out.
We'll figure it out. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know? Awkward news for those countries and municipalities that have made strides towards banning the use of single-use shopping bags has come out. According to an eye-popping estimate from Denmark, a cotton bag needs to be used 7,100 times to make it truly environmentally friendly.
Whoa.
Compared to a conventional plastic bag. The answer to what's the greatest replacement for a single-use plastic bag is not straightforward. But the bottom line is this: reuse whatever bags you already have as many times as you can.
Right.
So they're going, don't go out and buy new stuff. If you've got something, use that. So
That makes sense.
I never really thought about it, but I suppose all the processing and all the stuff to get those bags done, then they get them shipped out and all that stuff. So I don't know. It's why I don't go shopping. Heidi does all that.
I love shopping.
And then when she brings the groceries in, we do it one item at a time. We don't do bags. So just kidding.
I do use the reusable bags,
I know. I'm just being silly. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Avatar: The Way of Water has marked a major milestone at the box office. The sci-fi epic has surpassed the $550 million global ticket sales. $350 million budgeted film sequel still has a way to go in order to start making a profit. So what? $550 million, $350 million budget. I think it was higher than that. I don't know. Anyway, Avatar 2 became one of the year's 8 films to cross the $500 million mark. So far, the film has remained steady at the box office, and there was $40.5 million internationally in one day, by the way.
Jeez.
So they are on track to hit $1 billion by the new year.
We need to start making movies.
I know. I could make one of those. What is it? It's about blue people that live under the water? Start writing now. All right, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. According to the American Research Group, the average American mall goer is spending about $1,000 on Christmas this year. So this survey is from last week. Did we spend that much on Christmas? I don't think we did.
Oh, yeah.
Did we really?
Yeah.
You know how much I spent? Nothing.
Because
my wife over here, Heidi, told me I guess we're going to go on a trip. So she's like, we're not buying a gift for each other. And then she hands me a gift to open in front of my kids, and I look like a schmuck.
Okay.
Thanks, Heidi. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks. Anyway, man, can you definitely tell we're in the thick of the holiday season? Report 40% of us will spend Christmas with extended holidays. With extended families, rather. I'm struggling to read this.
I think you need a break after Christmas break. A little tired, huh?
No, I was editing this story, and I edited some things out that I shouldn't have. So, all right, I'm going to pull all of this stuff back together. No, some of it was outdated because it has to do with Christmas. So 40% of us spent Christmas with extended family, according to the report. And what do you think topped the list of what made people the happiest in 2022?
Probably just spending time with family.
Well, spending time with somebody in the family. What do you think the number one thing is, Heidi? Spending time with a significant somebody, a little nookie. That's what topped the list of what made people the happiest in 2022.
Wow, clearly it's people that have not been married for a long time.
I don't know about all that. And researchers are suggesting that they say it's actually very, very good for your health to do that, for people to get together. And,
Are you making up your own studies?
I am not, although it does sound a lot like something I would make up. She's my wife, by the way, for those who didn't know that. And I do apologize. My notes, I'm looking at the show notes for today. I'm pretty sure I deleted some really important pieces here. So. It's there. I apologize. Scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Let's move on and pretend like this never even happened.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not $50, $15. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. We have Lieutenant Joe Kenda joining us from Homicide Hunter. And before being on television, you were in law enforcement for how long, sir?
23 and a half years total time.
And now you get an opportunity to work on this. And Homicide Hunter, 9 seasons you've been hosting this, is that right?
That's correct.
And all of the things that happen on this program are things that happen in real life, right?
That is correct, and I was present for it. I was a homicide detective and eventually the commander of the Major Crimes Unit in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I had 387 homicides, 356 cleared by arrest, 31 unsolved. That's now been reduced to 28 due to advances in DNA technology. That all occurred after I retired.
I think that's fantastic. Now, let's talk about the new special, Homicide Hunter, Devil in the Mountains. Tell me a little bit about that.
I was the only serial killer I encountered in my career. What makes it interesting for the viewer, 2 things. One is a glimpse into the sociopathic mind, because this guy is a sociopath. The second item is to allow people to see what it's like to follow the crumbs in a criminal investigation, to go from knowing nothing to 5 months later knowing everything.
Now, when you watch a program where, like, again, this is all based on real cases that happened in real life, and you were there, front row seat. When you watch TV programs, movies, where, it's actors playing a role, do you, more often than not, do they get it wrong or do they get it right? Is that how it is in real life, or is most of that, just made for the TV? It's
the difference between entertainment and reality, and nothing about entertainment programs that are scripted, that are actors involved, have any semblance of reality. It's not there. They're into gun chases and gun battles and women wearing clothes that put on with a spray can and carrying a gun bigger than they are. That's what they're into, which is fine. It's entertainment. The reality is investigation is one foot in front of the other.
Does that ever cause any issues for real law enforcement because people expect something that they see in the movies or on TV?
Well, of course it does. It has a greater impact on juries. We had a murder case last year, 2021, Colorado Springs. Jury goes out to deliberate. They send a note. They want to speak to the judge. It's not unusual. They forgot something or they want to look at something again or whatever. So he goes back to the chambers. The foreman of the jury, seemingly intelligent human being, hands him a note and says, "Why wasn't this test performed?" The judge looks at the note and he says, "Well, that test doesn't exist."
Oh, wow.
Well, they do it on CSI.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they do, you see, but that's television, sir, and this is real life.
Wow.
It's remarkable.
Absolutely. And now, if people want to know what it's like for real, if they watch Homicide Hunter, that is reality. This is what really happens, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Which is why many of my fans are policemen.
I'll bet.
Because they know it's the real deal.
And sometimes it's probably not a glorious thing. There are some, my father was a police officer. I have 3 brother-in-laws that are police officers. And I know several times in stories that they tell me, they're not always glorious, wonderful things. Sometimes it's, encountering some of the worst people on the planet that you get to deal with because that's your job. And that does not sound like fun to me, but that's the chosen life for people. And hats off to you and the many other people who do that.
That's another thing that's important for the public to know. Despite the press focusing on mistakes made by policemen, we have to recruit our members from the ranks of the human race.
Yeah.
It's always a problem. If you just get those robots to work, things would be perfect. But things are never perfect. But 99.9% of the time, policemen do the right thing.
Yes.
The 0.1% of the time they don't draws 100% of the attention of the press.
Yeah. And that's really sad.
Yeah, it is. But the opportunities for the public to see what really happens is important.
I agree
and
completely.
It's important to me that I've had minority people, young people, both men and women, because of that show, they want to have their picture taken with a policeman.
Nice.
I'm very proud of that.
I love it. Homicide Hunter, Devil in the Mountains. It's available right now. I'm going to throw a link to it to make it easy to find. Lieutenant Kenda, thank you for your time today, sir.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Again, Lieutenant Joe Kenda, Homicide Hunter, all of the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Not getting enough sleep and being hungry are the 2 biggest reasons for somebody being angry. Check and check.
Yeah, I don't even need to say anything.
Oh, I just last week I was very angry about something, and I finally told Heidi, I'm going to grab something to eat because I'm getting hangry.
A Snickers.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Statistics show people with high, medium, and low income groups spend about the same amount on Christmas gifts every year. So whether you make a lot or make a little or make a little
wealthy or
lot,
not, you're still... Yeah. Huh. Wow, that's a little frightening.
It is kind of frightening. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Per calorie, broccoli has more protein than beef. I didn't know that.
I did not know
when
that
you tie it to the
either.
calories. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Pound for pound hamburger costs more than a new car. Yeah, by the pound.
Yeah, by the pound.
Never really
I
thought
bet.
of that.
Yeah.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Nobody knows who named Earth Earth. Nobody.
Huh.
We don't have a record of that anywhere.
Huh.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The human brain named itself. Well, there you go.
What?
To come up with a name, the brain used a brain.
Oh.
Yeah, see? Several fun facts.
Oh,
Now you know.
that's fascinating.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Question, Heidi. A surprising 68% of millennials do not own this common item. What is it? We don't anymore either. We used to. 68% of millennials do not own this common item. What is it? Goes in the kitchen.
Goes in the kitchen.
You make toast with it.
Oh, a toaster.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
No
68%
way.
of millennials don't own a toaster. We got rid of ours because you got, what is it called?
Well, I got an
Toasting
air.
oven?
It's an air fryer and a toaster oven.
It's the Swiss Army knife of toasters.
It really is.
All right, Mint Mobile
But
question
still,
of the
it's
day.
a toaster. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a traditional
Okay,
toaster.
I suppose.
But are
Officially.
kids not toasting
Apparently
toast?
not. I don't know what they're doing. If they're not toasting toast, it's not toast. It's just bread.
Are they not
Mint
making
Mobile-
toast?
I don't know. The Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Everybody has heard the stories about the number of disgusting germs and bacteria on smartphones. For example, University of Arizona found 12 times as much bacteria on a cell phone as there is on a toilet seat. That's one reason this is so awesome. Twitter user shared a video from McDonald's in Japan that had a phone sanitizing station right next to the restroom sink. In the video, you can see a person placing their phone in a slot labeled smartphone. Then it's automatically taken into a sanitizing machine. A lid closes, UV lights come on. After a moment, the sanitized phone is sent back up for you to retrieve. The sink phone sanitizer is called a WOSH, W-O-S-H.
That's nice.
Manufactured WOTA, W-O-T-A. So it's like wash and water, but just spelled differently.
Sure.
It says they can sanitize the phone in about 30 seconds, removing 99.9% of bacteria. Here's my thing, though. You're putting your phone in the same container as a bunch of other disgusting phones that have
Right,
been
but
in
the
there.
UV kills
Do they?
all of the. Supposedly, that's what it's for.
Okay, I believe it. It's just weird. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Products we're using against manufacturer's instructions. Q-tips. They say do not put them in
Yeah.
your ear. What do people do with them? Huh? They put them
Well,
in their
what
ear.
else are you gonna do with Q-tips?
Well, you use them for
What? What else would you? What else
cleaning
has anybody
things
ever done with a
outside
Q-tip?
of your
Other
ears.
than I use them to clean my guns.
Well, there you go. See? Pop-Tarts. Correct serving size is one pastry. They put them in packs of 2 to save money. And then we eat 2. But you're only supposed to eat 1. Share the other one, apparently. Axe body spray. It says you're supposed to spray it on your wrist or your neck. Not a massive cloud of, you know
all
what
over
I'm
your
talking
whole
about.
body.
Trampolines. Comes with a warning. No more than one individual on
Oh
these at a
yeah,
time.
that's
there's-
always abused.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people on there. Vicks Vapor Rub. Instructions say do not put it. Oh, I'm sorry. It says to not put it directly in your nostrils, but people do that all the time.
Oh yeah.
That would be weird. Antiperspirant works better if applied at night. Then it's absorbed in your skin while you're sleeping,
Really?
instead of when you wake up and you put it on during the day.
I have used that wrong
Me
my
too.
entire life.
And WD-40, believe it or not, it's not a lubricant. Spraying it on things like hinges attracts dust, making the situation worse long term.
What?
Yeah, we've been using it wrong
So
all
then
this
what's
time.
that for?
I don't know. Some other stuff. They don't have that on. I'll have to look for a list. Maybe
I'm
I
so
can share that
confused
tomorrow.
as to the proper uses of
I don't
these
know.
items.
I don't know. Yeah, it would be nice if I'd have told you how to use them. I don't
Yeah.
know. The list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Dimitri Martin is who our quote is from today. Not one, but two quotes here. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the dog owner and the distance from your car. Another one. I think it's interesting that cologne rhymes with alone. Okay.
Okay.
That probably has to do with people wearing too much cologne.
I
don't
would
know.
assume this, which also goes back to the Axe body spray
Hey, there you go.
that we were
talked
talking about
that a bit
earlier.
ago, yeah. Quote of the day comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of RadioTravelGroup.com. And I love this story. This is a really, really cool story. Again, I love when people step up and do the right thing, and that's exactly what happened in this story. 11 formerly homeless veterans have a place to call home just in time for Christmas. So this happened last week. A Scottish veteran who spent the last 10 years without a place to call home has been gifted a house through a social housing program. Bobby Jones' unstable living situation started after he was suffering with PTSD, getting home from multiple
So many
tours.
of our heroes.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and this is a gentleman from Scotland.
Yeah, but still, I mean, just
And he served in Bosnia, in Northern Ireland, and in Iraq. Over the last 10 years, he's experienced homelessness 4 different times, sleeps in his car, occasionally couch surfing or living in hostels, which is like just a place where you stay with a bunch of other people.
Right.
That's a terrible name for it, by the way.
I
Hostel.
agree.
Now, 53 years old, can finally have a place to call home, and he got this place just right before Christmas. Let's see. It was September, I guess, is when it happened. So that is before Christmas. It says, being in one place is a big relief for me. I feel much more at ease now. I wasn't settled before. I was always moving. I feel like I feel like I'm not going to be thrown out of my home, and the landlord is not going to sell it on me. He's one of 11 veterans now who've been given a home by Riverside, Scotland. It's part of a social housing development program. John Cavan Daly, 45, moved into the development 4 weeks ago. He was divorced 10 years ago and since then has lived in a caravan and several privately rented homes. I am really struggling to read this. The place is changing lives, they say. It says, I haven't really enjoyed Christmas since I got divorced, but I'm here with my boys, and it's going to be fantastic.
Aww.
So, the partnership with Veterans First Point provides a much-needed combination of secure and suitable housing alongside support to address mental, physical, emotional, and other issues that they have.
I've got a
link. Yeah, I've got a link to the story so you can read the whole doggone thing way better than I just did, by the way. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.